This weekend, it's the Ferdinand Folk Fest, and going on along with that is the Ferdinand Folk Fest Fondo. What's that? Let's find out in this edition of WJTS in.form. I'm your host, Bill Potter. Joining me in the studio is one of the coordinators, somebody on the committee, that is Elliot Englert. And also joining us is Jessica Lindauer with the DuBois County Visitor Center, and she is also on the committee. Actually, it was a visitor center in DC Multisport that started this.
Right.
Okay. This is the second year for the Ferdinand Fondo. I'm going to, first of all, the Ferdinand Fondo is what? Because the name really doesn't tell me what it is. What is a Ferdinand Fondo?
Well, Fondo comes from the term Grand Fondo, which is a 100-mile bike ride.
So this is all about bike. I remember going last year and seeing all the cyclists, not bikers. These are cyclists. Okay, so this is really a bike ride.
Right.
This is not necessarily a bike ride for those of us who may not be riding a bike on a regular basis, though. But it's not a contest because it's still an easy kind of a ride for folks. What are the different categories, if that's the right question?
There's different lengths of the routes. So on Saturday, there's a 26-mile bike ride, and also a 33-mile and a 50-mile. So participants have a choice of, based on their skill level, which they would like to do.
Okay, and then on Sunday, is there a ride also?
Yes, on Sunday there's a ride. It's just a 50-mile bike ride.
Okay, now 50 miles. How long does it take somebody to go 50 miles on a bike? Well, I guess somebody who's really good, not very long, but the average person.
Average person, maybe about 4 to 5 hours.
Okay, and this is not a contest, or you're not riding this to get sanctioned for points anywhere. This is just a leisure bike ride?
Right. Just a recreational ride.
Recreational, that's the word. Yeah, there's the word I was looking for. Okay, but there are people who ride competitively who ride in this as well.
Absolutely.
So they're going to come out in their gear all set up. Where, if somebody's interested in the Fondo, where does it start?
The ride starts at the Forest Park High School athletic entrance. It's at the corner of Vienna and 14th Street. We'll have 2 tents up so you can come and register there on the corner and park in the athletic parking lot. At 8:30, the ride starts on Saturday morning, and registration is available at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, now it starts at 8:30, but I remember last year it seemed like not everybody stared at 8:30. There were people that kind of, maybe 9 o'clock they showed up.
Right, last year we let them take off as they wish whenever they arrived, but this year, due to the SAG stops and things, we have volunteers along the route. We decided to have a mass start at 8:30 to have all the cyclists go out at once.
Okay, so you want everybody there starting off just like a run does.
Exactly.
Okay, you used a term, a SAG stop. What is a SAG stop?
A SAG stop is just a stop along the route. There's 3 of them each day.
Okay.
For the 50-mile routes.
So I guess there's water.
There's food, water.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you're taken care of. You don't necessarily have to have that on your back unless you want to carry a water pack on your back. Okay. So everybody starts at one time and they all take off from the same location no matter which route they're going?
Right.
How do they know where to go? I mean, at some point somebody's got to peel off and take a different route.
Yeah, definitely. So the road is marked, and we're also going to have signs at the intersections where the various routes need to turn. That's
why through the town of Ferdinand you see these little blue and yellow and orange and I think white little circles with a line that would indicate which way to go.
Yep.
Okay. So anybody can enter this, but they can enter that morning. Obviously, with everything, you always like to know ahead of time. However, that doesn't always work that way.
Right.
How can that work if I decide, oh, you know what, I think I'm going to do that?
You can go and register on FerdinandFolkFestival.com. There's a link to the active website that we have a listing, or you can get a brochure at any of the sporting stores around Jasper, Ferdinand, and Huntingburg, and you can mail in your form as long as it gets to us by Friday. Or you can drop it off at the Visitor Center.
Can I show up Saturday morning and say, hey, I decided I want to ride?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you can do that too.
You can show up Saturday morning anytime after 7 o'clock to register.
But everybody
and
takes
Sunday
off.
morning as well.
What time is it on Sunday? Same time?
Same time, Sunday, 8:30 start, registration at 7.
Okay, now this is held in conjunction with the Ferdinand Folk Fest. Explain that connection.
Sure. At the Visitor Center, we always try and grow the events in the county, and we thought adding some kind of sporting event or athletic activity with the Folk Fest in the morning worked well. So we met and decided to do this cycling event. So we're hoping that cyclists from out of the area come in to enjoy the bike ride and the beautiful scenery, and then enjoy the Folk Fest that evening. So
because it starts early enough that most people will be done by the time the Ferdinand Folk Fest gets going.
Right.
Okay. Elliot, do you have the routes? What are the routes so that folks in the area, because 50 miles, that's a pretty good distance. You're gonna go a little bit of everywhere.
Yeah.
So people kind of have an idea of where these cyclists will be.
So on Saturday, the long route goes from Ferdinand to Huntingburg, and then to Jasper, and then over to St. Anthony, and back to Ferdinand.
Okay.
So that's sort of the route on well-maintained county roads that have little traffic.
Is that the 50-mile route?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
but then the
50
26, I guess maybe they just kind of peel off a little earlier or something?
Yeah, they don't go to...
St. Anthony, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think they go into Jasper, like by Jasper Engines, that's a SAG stop, but then from there they head back into Ferdinand, and they don't go through St. Anthony.
So folks, if you're out driving Saturday morning in your car, be aware that there's going to be a lot of cyclists. Are any of these on the main roads, or are they mostly on the side county roads?
On the side county roads.
Okay. Okay. What are the rules for a cyclist? I think when I was a kid, I probably broke every rule there was. However, if you're a car, I guess a bike is just like a car. Is that the kind of the way you should think?
Yeah, I mean, cars, you want to make sure you pass at a time whenever it's safe on the road, and cyclists will just stay on the side, and
it's okay to pass them, just pass them carefully.
yes.
Okay. And now this is not having to do with the Fondo, but if I'm going up a hill on a bike, what side of the road am I supposed to be on? Is there a rule?
On the right side. The
Right side?
Okay.
With traffic?
With traffic.
Always with traffic.
Yes,
Always with traffic.
on a
Yes.
bicycle.
Okay, so the bikes are always going to go with traffic.
Bicyclists are supposed to have the same rules as cars.
Vehicles.
Okay.
Vehicles. So.
Now this event is a fundraiser, and where does the money go?
The money goes to the Family Scholar House that goes through the Monastery Immaculate Conception in Ferdinand. So our funds go to single-parent families that can talk to the Family Scholar House about different ways to enter college. They can get school supplies, and the Family Scholar House helps getting them to other resources in the county as well.
Okay, now this is also being put on in conjunction with DC Multisport. Elliot, you remember?
Yes.
What is DC Multisport?
We try to hold active events like this in the county to promote health
and fitness.
Okay, so it's just a group of people get together that like to either run, bike, kayak,
Swim, walk.
Oh, it could be all. Play volleyball, basketball, whatever. If it's a sport, you can be part of DC
That's
Multisport.
right. DC Multisport promotes health and wellness in the county.
All right. Is there anything that either you'd like to add?
About the Sunday route.
Yes.
We go into Perry and Spencer County, and so we hit little towns of Bristow and Evanston and Santa Claus.
Now, if you're going into Perry and Spencer County, especially Perry, that's going to be a pretty hilly route, isn't it?
Yeah, there is some hills down there.
Yeah, well, I guess, though, if you go up the hill, don't worry, you get to go down the hill as well.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay. So that'll be on Sunday morning, so watch out if you are in southern DuBois County, Perry and Spencer County. Yeah, we forgot to go over that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Elliot. Anything else? That's why I guess I asked that question. Anything else you want to bring up?
We also have a kids event taking place Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. Any child under the age of 10 needs to be accompanied by an adult, and it's $7 to ride. The route's about 4.5 miles, and it stays right in the town of Ferdinand. So that's a new part of the event that we added this year.
It's a kids event.
Yeah, a kids event.
Is there an age limit for running a Fondo? I mean, if you can ride a bike and if you're 10 years old and you can go 24, 26 miles, do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. But if you're my age, and maybe best not. But no, you probably ought to have at least some training. I guess you could do this and go, you know what, I don't think I'm going to make it, and then you just come back. Not a big deal, is it? Because it's not a competition, not a race.
That's right.
Yeah.
Is there going to be like professional bike riders there, cyclists?
Probably.
Probably. And they're in their get up, and they take off and.
Yeah.
Last year we had quite a few very good cyclists that had good times. So.
Okay, so it's coming up this Saturday in conjunction with the Ferdinand Folk Fest. It's the Ferdinand Folk Fest Fondo. It is a recreational bicycle ride that you can still enter if you'd like to, or let somebody know who you think might enjoy that. This is the second annual, so it'll hopefully keep continuing. We've had as our guest Jessica Lindauer and Elliot Englert. We thank you for watching WJTS in.form. We hope to see you at the Ferdinand Folk Fest and the Ferdinand Folk Fest Fondo this weekend.